Hello everyone and thank you for coming. My name is Mariano. I am a PhD student on the University of Buenos Aires, and today I will tell you about my research on the effect of pre-exposure frustration recovery between reward evaluation tasks in non-human rats. Mammals show motivational and emotional changes when obtained reward differ from the expected reward received under similar conditions. The effect that occurs in response to the unexpected evaluation of a reward is called successive negative contrast and can occur in instrumental responses, for example, running time on a runway, or consummatory responses, for example, sucrose solution consumption. A contributing factor to successive negative contrast is the aversive emotion resulting from the negative discrepancy between received and expected reward. This emotion, traditionally referred to as frustration, suppress approach behavior and induces avoidance behavior toward a devalued incentive. For example, an increase in running time or decrease in consumption. This effect is transient after a few sessions with new incentive condition, approach behavior gradually recovers. It has been proposed that counterconditioning resulting from pairing between anticipatory frustration and downshifted reward is involved in the recovery of approach behavior. Therefore, recovery from frustration would depend on the time of the exposure to downshifted reward. This hypothesis was tested in two experiments involving transfer across situations. Transfer designs refer to the influence of training in one task on performance in the second task. In this case, the animals were first trained in a consummatory task and then in an instrumental task. The consummatory task, the dependent variable used was the consumption of a crude solution, and instrumental tasks, the dependent variable were start latency, running time, and goal time, and micropellets were used as a reward. In experiment 1, the number of postshift trials was manipulated in a consummatory task before switching animal to instrumental task. The non-recovery group received a single one postshift sessions in the first task, while the recovery group received the complete training of 5 postshift sessions. And control group that received the small reward to training was also included. All animals were then trained in the instrumental task. In experiment 2, the duration of postshift trial in the consummatory task was manipulated before training in the instrumental task. In the third task of the devalued group received 5 postshift sessions of 2 minutes, while the other devalued group received 5 sessions of 5 minutes. Control groups without devaluation was included. All animals were then trained in instrumental task. In experiment 1, in postshift phase of the consummatory task, significant difference in the consumption was observed between group of the first postshift sessions corresponding to a contrast effect in downshift animal groups. In addition, animals in recovery group exhibited in recovery consumption response, achieving levels comparable to control group. When the same animals were trained into mental tasks, significant differences were only observed in goal time. The counter effect was observed only in animals with single postshift sessions. No significant differences were found between groups that received complete training. In experimental 2, a decreased consumption was observed in both devalued groups and no devalued 2 minutes group. Additionally, the recovery of counter effect was observed only in devalued 5 minutes group. In instrumental tasks, significant differences were found in training time. Only the devalued 2 minutes group show a significant decrease in performance. In summary, animals that receive less exposure to downshift reward in phase 1 show a stronger counter effect in phase 2 than animals that receive a greater number, longer duration of postshift sessions. In other words, more extensive downshift experience created more opportunities to develop counterconditioning of the disruptive effect of frustrations. Now we are studying after behavior associated with frustration and the transfer of these behaviors, for example, reading and ambulation. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the Animal Behavior Live Conference for giving me this chance to present my research.